I mean, that's part of being in a quarterback room in the same room. You know, we're competing against each other. We're watching the same tape. We're doing the same drills. I don't think it's my job to mentor him, but if he learns from me along the way, then that's a great thing.
A lot of people have agreed with him. A lot of people have disagreed with him. Jonathon Jones, our NFL insider here. What's been the fallout from Tannehill's statement? It's kind of unfortunate timing, I think, for him because we're in a lull right now where nothing else is really happening in the NFL.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. And listen, I think reasonable people can disagree on this. We saw a tweet from Kurt Warner, who is a legend in his own right and Hall of Famer, who said that Ryan Tannehill essentially was wrong, and any young quarterback that wants some mentoring advice, reach out to him via direct message. And I've seen plenty of other former players who have said there's nothing wrong with what Ryan Tannehill said. And then there's probably some nuance in between there. Here's where I fall on this. And look, you had to really watch the whole press conference to understand where Ryan Tannehill was in that moment when he got that question. At first, he was asked why he was absent from the first phase of OTAs and why he was on a boat fishing and posting photos from that in a sponsored post. And he's like, listen, I was getting my mind right. I was with my family, and the coaches knew exactly where I was and what I was doing. It continued with the playoff loss to the Bengals where he threw 3 interceptions. He really opened up about how he was in a dark space and how he used therapy in order to help him out of that space. And then he was asked about A.J. Brown and how he was traded away, his favorite target for several years. And then he was asked about Malik Willis and how he wasn't given the heads up that the Titans were drafting Malik Willis in the 3rd round. I'm not sure he needed to be given the heads up, but that's still a part of it. And then he was asked about the mentorship angle. Look, it's not Ryan Tannehill, who is 33 going on 34. It's not his job to coach up Malik Willis. That's what Todd Downing, the offensive coordinator, Pat O'Hara, Tim Kelly, the passing game coordinator, Mike Vrabel, that's their job to coach up the young man. It's Quincy Avery, his personal quarterback's coach, job to help coach him up. And if Malik Willis asks a question, Ryan Tannehill should be able to answer that question. And Malik Willis, frankly, as the rookie coming in, should be looking and learning from Ryan Tannehill and watching him lead by example. So Tannehill, who signed a $118 million contract back in 2020, still has this year and next year left on his deal. Next year is non-guaranteed. So, maybe it's some of this scorpion and the frog deal where Tannehill isn't going to help Malik Willis necessarily take his job next year. He could, frankly, be in a situation similar to what we're seeing right now with San Francisco, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Trey Lance. If I'm Ryan Tannehill, I don't want that situation to happen. I believe that we just got to get over the hump here in Tennessee we're very close to a Super Bowl. So because of all those things, I had no issue with what Ryan Tannehill said. I'm not convinced that any reasonable person around Malik Willis necessarily had any issue with it. And I talked with folks at the Titans about this, and I don't think anyone there really has an issue with what Ryan Tannehill had to say.
And Malik Willis wasn't a top 5 pick or anything like that. This was a 3rd round pick, even though I think some people thought maybe a team would take a chance on him, maybe a team like the Lions, let's say, that might be willing to play him a little bit sooner. When you're the Titans, you were the 1 seed last season. Tannehill he's a serviceable quarterback. You can win games with him. I don't know if you can win the Super Bowl with him, but you can win games with him. So realistically, Jonathon, when is Tannehill going to be looking over his shoulder at the young quarterback?
Yeah, so here's the thing. The Tennessee Titans, just from a team-building perspective, would they love for Malik Willis to be the second coming this year and show that as in training camp and as he learns to be more of a professional quarterback, as he learns what defenses are doing to him and more sophisticated offensive concepts, because frankly the Liberty offense was fairly simplistic. He wasn't going against elite defenses. We all understand that, and we knew that before the draft. The NFL and its market, as sort of bared out by the draft, shows that the NFL views Malik Willis as a developmental quarterback. If his development happens at an incredibly fast rate while he's on that rookie deal, a 3rd round rookie deal at that, and the Tennessee Titans say, listen, we have a championship caliber roster, and what would help us is getting out from the final year of Ryan Tannehill's contract in 2023 and giving the football and the keys to this offense to Malik Willis, then the Tennessee Titans would obviously do that because that's what's in the best interest of the team short and long term. But unless Malik Willis turns into the quarterback that the rest of the NFL didn't think think that he was a week ago, that frankly the Tennessee Titans didn't really think that he was a week ago. I don't see this happening anytime soon. And so Ryan Tannehill, yes, there is very clearly some competition in the room. Competitors don't shy away from competition, at least true competitors do not. And so Ryan Tannehill should at least feel comfortable that this is his job, that it is his job to lose. And Malik Willis has a long way to go in order to win that job. But if he shows a lot in practice, if he gets an opportunity in a game or two, and he really develops at a much faster rate than a lot of people are expecting, then sure, from a financial standpoint, from a team-building standpoint, it absolutely makes sense that a very solid young quarterback on a third-round rookie deal would be a better solve for the Titans moving forward with a championship-caliber roster than Ryan Tannehill on the last year of his contract.
Day 3 now of this being the biggest talking point in NFL circles because, well, the draft is over with.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.